I'm gonna try this. I'll turn it down. This radio station that this old Magnavox from the mid 90's is playing is about 10 miles away from here. Don't want to get a copyright strike. I bought it. It was $5. It's really kind of awful. But the one thing I liked about it was it's got the Magnavox. Where the hell did it go? It's got the Magnavox tag on it that they stopped using. It's a factory tag with a barcode on it and everything. You notice the RCA cables are on the bottom, and it's got a FM antenna connector on it, but it doesn't have any inputs whatsoever. It's got a panel board back on it. It's just like the lowest. It's a very inexpensive unit, but it's also got a cassette player on it, dual cassette, which doesn't work, of course, because the belts are bad. But one of the reasons I bought it was I looked down through the top of it when it was at the thrift store, and the belts are like right there. It looks like you could just pull the belts off and replace them. So it also has a turntable, which is about the biggest piece of crap. It's probably below Crosley level, and the motor makes a noise, but the turntables, I think the belt's worn out on it. There's of course no top dust cover on it either, but what I like about it is it actually picks up quite a few stations, and it's got a stereo light on it, which is unusual. And if you notice, sorry it's set this way, but it's just easier to film right now. It's got a lit dial indicator. If I can get my hand out of the way here. As you tune it, the stereo light goes on and off. And actually, the stereo is actually pretty good on it. The only problem I have with that is it's really hard to pick up stations here because I'm kind of in a remote town that's on the coast. We're about a mile away from the ocean, and the nearest radio station that actually puts out any power is 50 miles from here. So I pick up 4 radio stations, even with the better tuners, unless I have a long antenna. And you can see I actually ran the antenna all the way up here, and that's why I'm picking up that one station that's 10 miles away from here. And that station that's 10 miles away from here is out in the woods down the road, and I guess it used to be a sports station because it's called The Ticket. But at some point in the last 3 weeks, they switched over to music, and there's absolutely it's automated. It's just like they play the same 15, 20 songs, mostly Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin, Billy Joel, some Steely Dan, and it just like repeats. And there's no commercials, there's no nothing. There's just a station identifier every 20 minutes. So I have no idea. I didn't know that station was here. It just came into existence. I think it was there all along, but apparently a larger company bought it out, and they're getting it ready to do something with it, but it's such low power. I basically can only pick it up on a few of the receivers that I have, but anyway, if I can pick up a station.
To be nothing. Is to be learned in the whole life.
A lot of religious stations. I can pick up about 5 or 6 religious stations. They always seem to be really high power. That's a country channel.
Technology finds people with the right experience for your job, and you can invite them to apply. It's no wonder that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it now for free at ZipRecruiter.com.
I'm using a couple of old,
ZipRecruiter.com/GRE.
these are actually speakers that came off of
and see all the ways you.
these actually came off of a Sears 8-track unit or receiver. I'll show this one to you. Sorry, I'm going to rotate it out. This thing's in beautiful shape. I took the speakers off of this to use for that. I was using some smaller old Sound Design speakers because I had a couple of better speakers hooked up to it, and it just seemed like it sounded better with the less efficient older speakers. So if you find something like this at the thrift store, you know, it's up to you whether you buy it or not. But one of the things that I like, let me bend down, is I liked it because it was a Magnavox, and I liked it because it wasn't 100% Chinese looking. And the plastic's actually pretty thick on it. You can see one of the knob, the selector knob is missing. And I've been using my Leatherman to change the thing. I can't find the right size knob to fit in there, so I'm still looking. I've got a bunch of knobs. I just need to go through it. So I thought I'd show that to you, just so you'd have an idea. These are actually pretty decent speakers. I mean, there's like only a driver in it. There's no tweeter or anything, but it actually sounds okay. You got to take it with a grain of salt.
It's the final days to save big store-wide at the truckload event at Lowe's.